Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the forecast, the pre-game show here on Manchester Storm TV. I'm your match night host, Aidan Millen, and I'm joined as always by your Storm TV commentators, Max Artis and Matty Finnegan. Tonight, the Manchester Storm hope to get back to winning ways where they take on the league-leading Cardiff Devils. Max, how do we see tonight going?
Well, it's another tough fixture. They don't stop coming for the Manchester Storm, and Cardiff Devils another tough test. Coming off the back of a really good win against Sheffield, and they're just going to try and keep things rolling. It's the Storm's mentality to try and shut that down and get some goals in the back of the net because they've been few and far between.
How you feeling, Matty?
Well, the Storm could definitely use a good result at home, and this is going to be a really tough test. I mean, Cardiff in the week, they played against the Sheffield Steelers. It finished 6-3, but I think many would argue that it could have been 6-1 or maybe even 6-0. Ben Bounds in his return game could have had a shutout. It was really close. I think they just let it slip towards the end, but they'll be looking to start hot again today, and the Storm will be up to task to try and stop it.
Going into ones to watch now, we'll start with our visitors, the Cardiff Devils. For me, in a lineup that's kind of loaded with forward talent, one who stands out for me is Cole Sanford. He's been there for a few years now, consistently putting points on the board season after season, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see him do the same tonight. How about you, Matty? What are you thinking?
I'm going to kind of flip the script and go with two of them at the same time because they're both interlinked. Two very familiar names within the Storm shelter, and that is for the Cardiff Devils this time, Ryan Barrow, and for the Manchester Storm, Lauren Ullett. They've already got history so far this season, and it hasn't really boiled over for a while, and you have to think that after the suspension a couple of weeks ago, there might be a response tonight, so look to see what happens there on the ice. My ones to watch is going to be Lauren Ullett and Ryan Barrow.
How about you, Max?
I'm jumping ahead of the script there a little bit, but let's stay with the Cardiff Devils and go for a familiar face around the league in Brett Pelini, number 11. We know what he can do. He's done it here in the Storm shelter in Panthers colours and now in Cardiff Devils colours. So for me, I think he could be a catalyst tonight.
Now going into ones to watch for the Manchester Storm. For me, I'm going to take Evan Wenninger. Had a tough couple of weeks, especially a lot of goals have gone past him. But we know the quality that Evan has. You know, he wasn't one of the top netminders in the Elite League last season for nothing. You know, he really does have that quality. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he hits back tonight after those couple of rough weeks. How about you, Matt?
Oh, for me?
He's not done it.
Oh, it's very true. You have gone for Lauren Ullett. Alexi Dawu for me, number 17. He's got to get back on the score sheet, and I think he's on the line to do so. He's been an assist man primarily through the start of the season. I'm looking for him to bang in a couple of goals tonight.
Now, the tricky part of the evening,
the
score predictions.
Yeah.
I mean, after the last couple of weeks, it's very difficult to predict in terms of number of goals and which way it's going to go. For me, when the Storm have been most vulnerable is when I feel like the most likely to pull out a result. So tonight, I'm back in the Storm. It's going to be a heck of a game, I think. I'm going to go with a 4-3 win for the Storm, very tight, but a rebound performance for me. How about you, Matty?
I think that's a relatively low scoring prediction as far as we've been going so far this season, and I think it needs to be for the Storm to carry out the win today. I think we said that they are up against it, and I think a narrow scoreline might just be the way things go. We have to back the Storm here, and I think it could be, do you know what, I'm going to agree with you. Don't know if we do that very often, but I'm going to go 4-3 as well to your Manchester Storm. I'm going to go in regulation, though. Is yours in regulation or overtime?
Mine was in regulation, yeah.
2 regulations. We're in agreement.
Funny you should say overtime, and funny you should say 4-3, because I had this a 3-3 game going to overtime and ending in overtime. So it's going to be 4-3 the ending score. I'm a little bit hesitant as to which way it could go because anything could happen in overtime. But I think a point out of this game would be the bare minimum for the Storm.
So it sounds like we're all going for 4-3. So it's either going to be 4-3 and we're all looking like geniuses come the end of the night, or we're all horrendously wrong. Which way will it go? We will find out. And that's it from us here on the forecast. We hope you have a great night with us.